Which step are we in now?
We are reading corporate specific,
Corporate
country specific corporate data.
After corporate, country specific corporate, we have discussed one more step also. Setting up of MDF foundation objects.
Yes.
Right? Fifth step. You're in fifth step of setting up of MDF objects. Okay. And what are MDF foundation objects? What are MDF foundation objects? Objects which are migrated from corporate data model to instance are called MDF foundation objects, metadata framework foundation objects. Okay. And the first object that we are going to create is your legal entity or a company. Okay. Legal entity or a company. And where do we maintain them? Where do you maintain them? Manage data. Go to manage data. So any action that you want to do, you can search for that action on the global search bar, or you can go to admin center from here. On the people profile page, you can see admin center. You can click on admin center from here, or you can also go to admin center from the home dropdown or the module picker here, admin center. You click on admin center, it takes you to the admin center page from where you do the all of the actions. Okay, under admin center, you'll find something called tools section. The tools, click on see all. You will find all of the actions, 360 review related, calibration related. Okay, company settings are the settings where you can see the actions related to all the modules. So some of the actions are available here. Configure object definitions. This is your object definition. Okay. Similarly, we also have employee files for employee central, compensation related, foundation object, your corporate data model and country specific corporate data model here, foundation object configuration. So all of these configurations are available here. You can go and check for the action. Okay. Manage data, manage organization pay, all of these would be available. You see here, manage business configuration, configure business tools, configure object definitions. Okay, so and any of the actions that you want to have them as your favorites, you can also search and just mouse over and click on the star. So it will be set as your favorites. Once the actions are set as favorites, you can see them here under favorites. You can also search for the action here, manage data. You can also search for the actions here, either on the global search bar or on the tools search bar, or you can go to see all and click on the action. Okay, so the first action that you are going to do is creation of a company, which can be done through manage data. And when you go to manage data screen has got two sections. On the left hand side, you see the existing objects, and on the right hand side, you have an option to create a new object. Any new object that you want to create, you can go to create new. Or if you want to search for the existing objects, let's say I want to search for existing object, legal entity. Okay, you can go and see what all legal entities we have in the system. So these are all the legal entities. These are all the companies that we have in this system. These are all the companies. Okay. Similarly, if I want to create one company for my customer, I'll go to create new. In real time, when you start implementing for your customer instance will not have any of these things. This would be blank. You'll have to go and create the company. Once you create the company, this will start showing up here as well. Okay. So I go here, create new, and say search for legal entity. Now, why do I see this as a legal entity? And if your customer says, I don't want to call it as legal entity, I want to call it as company, where can we change that? Where do we change that? Now, the label, it is showing as legal entity. I don't want to have it as legal entity. Instead, I want to call it as a company. How can I change that?
XML pad.
Why XML pad? What is company? What type of object is company? Anu? Raj?
Corporate data model.
Corporate data model. Very good. What is corporate data model? What is corporate data model used for? No, that's fine. Even if it is a mistake, you can speak out.
Yeah,
Corporate
anything
data
related to the, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, please continue.
Yeah, anything related to the company details, company specifics that is defined under the corporate data model, right?
Okay, so let's go to the basics and let's touch up some basics again. What did we discuss here? Corporate data model is all about your foundation objects. Okay. And when I discussed this table yesterday, I've told you this is very, very important table. You should know this table each step by step. Foundation objects, these are the examples. Only the foundation objects are defined in corporate data model. Is company a foundation object? No. Where is company? Company is a MDF foundation object. And where are we maintaining? We are maintaining in managed data. And definition part, we do it in configure object definition. Corporate data model, we have seen all the foundation objects. Yes or not? You go to XML, whatever that we see here, these are the foundation objects. Do we see here legal entity? Do we see here company? Then, so it is defined in configure object definition. So if I go here, I've opened a duplicate screen, configure object definition. Search for configure object definition. Search object definition. Okay, just go and select object definition. Search for your company. This is legal entity. Now, I don't want to call it as legal entity. I want to call it as company. So, go make correction. Here, we have label. It is showing as legal entity. I'll say legal entity bar company. Okay. Now, I'll save it. Okay. If I go to manage data, this is the manage data screen. Refresh this page. What is this now?
Legal entity company.
Company. So that means I can also search for company here. This one. Legal entity bar company. Yes or no?
Okay.
Okay. And these are the fields of legal entity. And where are these coming from? These are also coming from configure object definition. Any field that you see, default pay group, location, standard weekly hours, currency, country, name format. So these are coming from configure object definition. You go and see here, external code, name, description, effective status, end date, default pay group, location, standard weekly hours, currency, and so on. So these are the fields which are coming from configure object definition. Okay. So I need to create all of these fields to create one company. If I have to add one company, I need to add all of these details. First one is the start date. By default, the start date would be the current date or today's date. And you can also create your company or any object backdated as well. Okay, let's say I want to start my company or I have started my company on 1/1/2024. So I've selected the date as 1/1/2024 and this is a date field and It is marked as star. That means it is a mandatory field. It is a mandatory field and a date field. So I've picked up the date from the calendar. This is the effective date of my company. That means my company has started from this. That means you can hire employees from this date. You cannot hire employees before this date because my company doesn't exist. My company exists or starts from 1/1/2024. Legal entity ID, most of the times for all the customers, generally we use the 4-digit code for legal entity. Either it can be one company or two companies or three companies. We use the 4-digit code, 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, and so on. Okay, that's why you see here when I search for the legal entities, they are showing up the IDs as 1000, 2510, 1010, 3000, 7500. This is the common practice. But again, it is up to you whether you want to have the company code as 4 letters or 5 letters. It is only alphabet or only number or combination of number and alphabet. That's up to you. It allows up to 32 characters. Legal entity ID, which is the external code of the object, it allows you to input up to 32 characters. Now, I want to have my company code as 7700 or 8800. 8800. Okay.
Okay.
Give me the company name, legal entity name, anything. Okay, I'll call it as Reliance Industries Limited. We'll call it as Reliance Industries Limited. And wherever you see this globe icon, this is the translations. If you have enabled multiple languages and you want to maintain the label in different languages, you can go and maintain the language. If you have enabled 10 different languages, you will see all the 10 different languages here. And each and every object that you create, you need to maintain the object label. This is what the end user sees. The end user see the company as this one. So if they have selected a different language, you want to show up that in that language, you can maintain the label of that object in that language. Description is blank. If you want, you can maintain, otherwise you can keep it blank. Status can be either active or inactive. All of the objects that you want to use will have a status of active. And tomorrow, if you don't want to use this object, you can come and make the status as inactive. Default pay group and location, we have not created it. This is the first object that we are going to create. So I will not choose anything. But if you have already created some pay groups or already created locations, you can choose from here. But company is the first object that we are creating in the system. And these are optional fields. You can leave them blank. Standard weekly hours. This is mandatory. Weekly hours are mandatory and it is maintained at 3 objects. One is the company. Second is at business, second is at location level, third is at job code level. Now, if you have maintained on the company object, it is mandatory, standard weekly hours. The location and job code, it is optional. So why do we have option of maintaining the standard weekly hours at location is, maybe if you are operating from 4 different locations, but one of the location people works for 45 hours and at the company level it is 40 hours, but in that particular location employees works for 45 hours. So you have the option to maintain 45 hours at location level. And then
actually come again, Venu, just this last one. Why do we maintain the standard weekly hours?
Standard weekly hours at the company level, you should tell like how many hours the employees would be working for this company. Now, this depends on, this is related to your payroll as well. Now, at company level, I say 40 hours. Okay, that means this is FTE1. We call it FTN, full-time employment. Full-time equivalent 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if any employee who works for 20 hours, system knows that this is just 0.5. Employees only working for 0.5. That means the salary of the employee would be multiplied into 0.5. The actual salary. If I say here 1 lakh, employee salary is 1 lakh. Employee will get paid if he works for 40 hours. But if he's working for only 20 hours, so half of this, which comes to 50,000.
Okay, so it's going to be differing for each and every employee. Yeah, so that's the reason why we're going to
No,
maintain.
if we are defining the standard weekly hours at company level for all the employees, it is 40 hours. Okay. Now you have a different standard weekly hours at location also. You can maintain it location also. So I operate from 4 locations: Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, and Chennai. My company is operating from 4 locations. Now, all of these locations, people work for 40 hours, but I have a manufacturing plant here in Bangalore where the people works for 45 hours. So you don't have to maintain it Mumbai and Delhi level or Chennai level because we have already maintained at company level. So this is same. But only for Bangalore, I need to maintain 45 hours there. Okay. So you have the option of maintaining the standard weekly hours at location level. And within the location, not all employees works for 40 hours. There is a specific type of employees like contractors or consultants who are working for 45 hours. The other employees are working for 40 hours only there. So we don't maintain at location level. Instead, we maintain at job level. You can also maintain job. Job code or job classification is a type of employee or type of work that the employee does in the organization. Okay, maybe the contractor or maybe consultants. For them, you maintain 45 hours. For rest of them, you keep blank. So system system always checks at the job level. If it is maintained at job level, it picks from the job level. And second, it goes and looks at company location level. If it is maintained, it will pick from location. If not, then it will go and check for the weekly hours on the company. So it picks up from the company. Company, you cannot keep it as blank. It is a mandatory field. So you'll have to maintain some value here.
Okay.
Okay. Currency of the country, currency of the company. Each and every company should belong to one country. Okay. So country, I'll say India. And the currency is INR. Country and currency, these are also generic objects. These are generic objects. You will find them in managed data. All the countries are all the currencies. I'm picking them from the drop down here. Okay. Name format. Okay. This is for the name formats, all of these 3. Okay. This is optional and any one of it can be enabled, or if you don't want, you can just leave them. Okay. Now, not all the 3 can be used. Not all the 3 can be added. Usually in real time, you will not see these 3. Okay. Now the name format means different companies or different countries use different name format. Okay. Now some countries, what they use is first name space last name. Right? First name and last name. Some countries, they say last name and first name. Right? If I say my name is Venu K. Okay, they'll call it as Venu K. Now some countries, they call it as K Venu. Okay. Now if I have middle name, now you can have first name, middle name, last name. Okay. Last name, middle name, and first name. So it can be any combination. Right. How do you want to have the name format for your company? You can define it here. To name format. Name format is again a generic object. It says GO, right? This is the association, one-to-one association, name format. Okay. Now if I go and check in the drop down, you see here first name, last name, first name, last name, second name, first name, middle name, last name. So how do you want to display? Let's say I want to use first name, middle name, and last name for this company. You just choose that option and say save. Now if I want to maintain my own format, you go search for the name format. You see here, name format. What should be the first element? First name or last name or a display name or preferred name? What do you want to choose? Initials, you can choose here. Let's say I want to have display name and then my second initials. Okay, you can keep on adding here so that it will form the name format. So you'll find all of the name formats here. Let's say this is my name format, what I've selected. The code is 06. Name format is first name, middle name, last name. So here they have not selected anything. So let me go and select first name. Okay. And middle name and last name. Okay. This is my name format. Okay. Now all the employees that I hire in the system will display this format, first, middle, and last name. Let's say if I want to search for the existing employees here, it is showing here the name of the employee, maybe first and last name. If I have middle name, it will also show up middle name for my employees.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's your first object. Now, what is the object that we have created? We have created a company, right? Go search for your company, legal entity or company. What is the company that we have created? 8800.
0. Yeah.
Reliance Industries Limited. This is what we have created now. You can search for the object. Now, when you create any object, system updates the timestamp. This is called timestamp, updated by Anya Singh or SF admin. Now, I have logged in as Anya Singh here. Anya Singh or SF admin. Okay, so updated by Anya Singh on Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024, 2:21 a.m. GMT. This server is in GMT time zone, so it is showing in GMT time zone. Okay, now let me maintain this somewhere. I go here, we call it as company 8800. This is what I have created now. Okay, a company. Now, if there are any changes that I have to do for this company, maybe a company name change, or I want to maintain description, or I want to maintain anything else after creating the object. On the left hand side, you see here history. A record is 1/1/2024. I want to make any change, you go to take action, make correction, and then you go and change the data. Let's say I want to maintain description also. Okay. So I've made that change. Again, after making the change, if I go and see the timestamp, it shows up different time. Earlier it is 2:22, now it is 2:25. Now, there is a change in my company data, but not with the same effective date, with a different effective date. Initially, when my company was started, my company one name was Reliance Industries Limited, but now the name of the company is changed to Reliance Industries Private Limited. It is not Industries Limited, it is now Private Limited. So I want to change the name of my company. So you go to insert new record. Whenever you are inserting a new record, that means you're adding one more record with a different effective date, starting from April 1st. Okay. Starting from April 1st, Reliance Industries Private Limited. I'll call it as Private Limited. Save. Now I can see that there are two records here. In the history, you can see two records, 1/1/2024, 4/1/2024. The date format is always MMDD YYYY. So you see the second record. What is the change? There is a change in the legal entity name and description. And the old name is Reliance Industries, it is taken off, and the new name is this one.
We know one question. Why are we inserting a new record? Can't we do it via edit?
You can do it through edit also. Okay. Now, when you do it with edit, you are changing the existing data, the same record. How will you know what was the earlier data? Is your change with the same effective date or with a different effective date? Now, if you are hiring an employee, I'll give you an example. Okay. I have hired one employee on 2024. Zero one 2024. Okay. Now after 6 months, employee is transferred. That is 01/06/2024. Employee is transferred. Right? You're inserting another record. You're keeping the original record as it is and inserting another record. There is a promotion with effective 1/12/2024. 01/12/2024. Now, if you go and look at the history, I should see when was the employee hired, where was the employee working, what transfer did I do, who has done the transfer, what promotion did I make for this employee. I should see all of this information. This is my history. If there is a
Okay,
change in the data, initially while hiring itself, I have mapped a wrong location. So if I want to correct that, I can go and make change to the existing record. Okay.
Okay, so it's only for legal entity only that we have to insert new
Any
record, or
object,
field?
any effective dated object, you can insert a new record.
Okay.
Now this is active. Now after 6 months, I have shut down my company. I don't want to use my company anymore. I have 2 or 3 companies, but one of the company I want to shut down and I don't want to use this company anymore. So you can insert a new record. Let's say starting from July 1st. Okay, you make it inactive. Save. Now this company is inactive now. Okay. Now if I come back to manage data again, just to refresh. Search for my company. Okay. 8800. Here is my company. Search with name. There's no company. Why?
Correct.
Because
Yeah.
I've made it inactive. It is inactive with effective July 1st. Now, this is search as of 30th June. 8800. It exists.
Oh,
With
it's for the
effective
history.
30th, it shows up. Or if you want to keep today's date and include inactive records, yes, then also it shows up. It shows up now, inactive record. Okay. Now I want to use this company. I'll just go and delete this entry.
So for make
Only this.
corrections, why are we using make corrections? Is it just
Yeah.
to
Any change,
description
like
and-
if there is a spelling mistake here, industries,
okay,
I've added wrong spelling. I want to correct that. Maybe I've made, instead of 41, I've maintained 40. I want to correct this.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Maybe
got
the date is not correct. Instead of 4/1, it should be 4/5. So I can go and correct it.
Okay. Understood, Vinny. Thank you.
Venu, so sorry. What will happen if we accidentally or like by mistake we edited the current record? Like, will we have a historical data of the previous one, or won't we be able to see any
In the
data?
front end, you will not have any records, but you can go and check in the audits.
Hmm.
Okay. We have here change audit reports.
Okay.
You can go and check who has changed, what was the data that is changed.
Okay.
Venu?
Okay.
Okay, while creating legal entity, we can create as per our wish, whether it is ABCD company or something. And the legal entity ID also, we will create as per our wish, just maintain 4 digits, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It is not actually our wish, it is your company who would be giving you this data. Where will they give this data? They give this data in configuration workbooks.
But entity ID, we can you can create by any number, just
Any
maintain
number.
4
Yes.
digit.
Yes.
Okay, understand. Okay.
Okay. This is my first object. Second object that we have is business unit. You go create a business unit. Business unit is one level lower than legal entity, and it is the area of the business that you do. Now, within Reliance Industries, if I have multiple businesses, no, I'm into manufacturing, I am into sales, I am into some infras, I am into some other products. So you can go and create all of those business units. Within one company, if you have different business areas, you can create that. Okay, and here you will see the legal entity, which is a company. Okay, the name they have given here, two legal entity. So if I go here, business unit, go to business unit, take action, make correction. This is my business unit. You'll find the associations here. So legal entity. What is the name that I want to give? You go to details here. You'll find the label. Label here. Just say legal entity bar company. Okay. Association name.
Mm.
Okay. Now if I go to manage data, just refresh business unit. It says legal entity or company. Okay. Now this also I'll go add. Business unit code, business unit name. Code is mandatory, name is optional. Now I'll call it as RILBU1. It can be either text or it can be a number. Either text or a number. I can also have it as 8800. I'll call it as Reliance BU1 here.
It's like combination of letters and numbers, is it?
Yes.
Mm.
Okay. If you have head of the unit, somebody heading this business unit, from business unit onwards, you can choose who is leading or who is the head of the object. Okay. Let's say my business unit is handled by heading by Mark Taylor. You can just choose. Okay. Now, this is the second object. We have not hired any employees, but just to show you, I'm showing how to add an employee. Okay. Let's say this business unit heading by Mark Taylor. Okay. Legal entity or company. This BU belongs to my company 8800. Choose that and save. Okay. I'll create one more business unit. Business unit. I'll call it as 01/01/2024. I'll call it 8801. Okay. Next business unit. RILBU2. And I'll choose one more head here. Okay. This person. Legal entity. This business unit also belongs to Reliance Industries company. Save. Clear? I have one company. Under one company, we have two business units, BU1 and BU2.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
The third object is division. Go to division. Same thing again. Here, start date, code, name, description, status, head of the division. You can also add head of the division. Parent division. If this division is the one what you're creating is a child division, you can add the parent. If you're adding parent, this becomes a child. If you don't add parent, this becomes a parent. Now somebody has added a field division underscore text. So I'll go here, search for the object division. Okay, take action, make correction. You scroll down to the fields. You see there's a field called division underscore test. I will delete this. And it is associated. Associations, you see business unit is added. So I want to name it as business unit. Label business unit. Done. So what did I do? I've changed the name of the business unit here. Okay, this is association. It is saying two business unit because whatever association name that you have given, system picks up that if you don't give the label. But now I have given the label as business unit. It should show me as business unit here. Okay, so let me go and create one business unit, one division. I'll call it as 8800. The code can be same as your company code or business unit code. It accepts. With the same ID, if you are creating a company, it doesn't accept. With the same ID, if you try again one more division, it won't accept. We can only have one object record with one ID. You cannot create one more division with the same ID. It can be a different ID. So I'll call it as RIL division 1. Okay. I'll not add head of the division or I will not add parent division. This will also go off because I have not refreshed it. It is showing up. Once I save, now this division belongs to now BU1. Okay. Now if you see association as a separate section, it is one to many. And if you see the association as this field, then it is one to one. Now let me save it. That means I can add multiple. You see the test is gone. I can add multiple business units for this division because the association defined here is one to many. This is one to many. Association can be either one to one or one to many. I'll create one more division. 0101-2024 8801. I'll say RIL division 2. Okay. And then this belongs to business unit RIL BU2. Okay. Okay. I'll create one more division, which should be used for both the business units. Say 8802 and I'll call it as RIL division 3. I'll not maintain all of this. I'll say here RIL BU1 and BU2. What did I do? First division, I have added it only to business unit 1. Second division, I have added it to business unit 2. And third division that I've created, I've added it to both BU1 and BU2. That means this division can be utilized for BU1 and BU2, both of the business units. Go ahead.
No, you answered. The last part was my question. That's okay.
Okay. And there I'll create one more division, which is the child of one of this division. Okay. So I'll go here 11-2024. I'll call it as 8803. Okay. RIL division 3.1. Okay. Parent division, I will say RIL division 3. Now this is the sub division of parent this. So, got it? When you add a parent, this belongs to this division. That means you can create subdivision within the division object. Clear? Okay. The fourth object is department. Fourth object is department. Now here the code, it says automatic. That means you don't have to give the code. System automatically generates the code. It will auto-generate the code. So 1/1/2024. Just give the name of the, say, RIL corporate functions is my department. Okay. Status is active. Head of the department, if you have, you can maintain. Parent department, if you have, you can add. Cost center is also associated. If you have created cost center, you can also add. Apprentice details, there is something called apprentice details. This is not required. So let me do one thing. For department, you don't need that apprentice details. Just go here, maintain department. Configure object. I'm going to configure object definition. So I don't need the association of apprentice. This one. Just go here, visibility, I'll say not visible. Okay. Now if I go here, this particular piece I don't need. I'll go create new, say department. Don't say. Okay. Now I don't see that. 01/01/2024. Name I'll give as Reliance RIL corporate functions. In front of every object, I'll try to give my company code or company name RIL. Now, maybe people must have already created a department called corporate functions or a human resource or a finance or sales. People must have already created that. And I don't want to use them. I want to use my own departments. Okay. So I go here, leave them all. And I want to use this department for all of my divisions. Okay. So these three. Save. If it is one-to-many association, either you can add only one record or you can also add multiple records. Now the system has generated the code 5000193. This is automatic because it was set to automatic. Okay. There's a logic which brings up the code from the sequence that we have given. Okay. So I'll create one more department. Any object, you can have the code generated by the system. For department, it is set as automatic. Okay. RIL, human resources. Okay. And this I want to use only for one division. Save. I'll create one more department. Department. It is now 5000194. 01/01/2024. RIL finance. Create finance department. This one I want to use it for division 2. I'll create one more department. RIL sales department. And this one, I want to use it for division 3. Okay. You can also use parent department. If I add a parent department, that becomes a child. Under human resource, I have a payroll. So I create RIL payroll and add the parent department as HR. That becomes the child of HR department. Clear? The departments, I've created a couple of them, for maybe 4. Okay. Now,
department.
the last object for today is cost center. Now with this, we'll be completing the organization related objects. Org objects, what are the org objects? Legal entity, business unit, division, department, and cost center. Okay. So I go here, create cost centers will be given by your finance department. Okay. It can be anything. I will say RIL cost center 1. Okay, or I'll call it as RIL regular cost center. Okay, so all of this can be left blank and it is associated with your legal entity. This belongs to my company 8800. Save. One more cost center. Double 8801 RIL contractor cost center. Okay, I'm creating 2 cost centers. Now, all of these details, if you have, you can maintain. Otherwise, you can leave blank. Those are optional fields. My legal entity is 8800. Save it. So I've created now a company, business unit, division, department, and cost center. All of these are set. Now I want to look at my company in this way. My structure, what I've created, I want to see them in this form. Okay. So you can go to org chart here. You can go to org chart. Somebody has renamed it to org chart 1. Okay. You see here org chart. Under org chart, you go to company structure overview. Org chart has the hierarchical representation of employees. Position org chart, the hierarchical representation of positions. And then company structure overview, the structures what we have created. Okay. Now there are some existing company structures here. These are the existing company structures. So either you can go and use the existing structure or you can create your own structure as well. Here, there are some existing structures. You can go and choose the existing structure or you can also create your own structure. Now, I have chosen an existing company structure. And then under this, I want to search with legal entity. My legal entity is 8800. Now, if you go search for company, it says, this is the company at level 1, 8800 Reliance Industries Limited is the level 1 highest entity. Under this, we have 2 business units heading by Mark and Jennifer. Business unit 1 is, the head of the unit for business unit is Mark Taylor. The head of the unit for business unit 2 is Jennifer Costner. So just to show you this, I have added this head of the units here. Okay. Now cost center is also associated with legal entity. So there it is also showing at level 2. Now this business unit has got 2 divisions. Okay. 8800, division 1 and division 3. This business unit has got 2 divisions, level 3 at 8802, 8801. Okay. This division has got 2 departments. This division has got 3 department and subdivision. This is level 4 subdivision. Okay. This has got 2 departments. This has got 3 departments. You see now. This is my company structure, what I have created now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I can export this one. I can export this, either PDF or image. Image. It downloads the image. So this is my company structure. Okay. So whatever that we have added. Now, why is it showing up this structure? Because each of these elements are associated with the other elements. Business unit is associated with legal entity, so it is showing up under legal entity. Divisions are associated with business unit, they are showing up under division. Department is associated with division, so it is showing up under division. Okay? Clear? Now, how do we create this company structure? Now I have used the existing structure here. Someone has created these structures. I'm looking at those structures. So if I go to some other structure, okay. So let me go here. I've chosen now a different structure. You see here, this is not showing head of the unit and this is not showing cost center. Because somebody has created this structure, company structure. They have named it as company structure for NBB. They have named it as company structure for NBB. And here we don't have head of the units added. So that's why it is not showing up. Okay.
Do we have an option to create new?
Yes. We can also create our own company structure using settings. Here, you see this settings icon, configure. You go to configure, okay, and click on add. I want to create my own structure. I will name it as, give the ID as same thing, A8800. I'll call it as RIL structure. What is the highest entity? The first level. First level is always legal entity, right? Go search for that object, legal entity. Threshold for compact view by default gives you the 12. That means up to 12 levels down you can go. But we only have company, business unit, division, subdivision, department, sub-department. So maximum of 6 or 7. Okay, so that's fine. You can keep it 12. Show photo for user fields. If you want to show up the head of the unit and photo of that user, select this. If you want to show the level, it was showing level 1, level 2, level 3 and so on, right? If you want to show the level, just select level also. Starting from first level, okay? And whether you want to have it as a text or an icon. Text I have seen, so I will put it as icon. Apply. So now I have my company. Under company, go select company, add child entity. Under company, what do you want to show? I want to show business unit. Business unit. All of the objects that are associated with company will show up. Under business unit, again select child entity, division. Under division, I want to have child unit, department. Okay, now you see legal entity, business unit, division, department. Under division, if you want to show the sub of child division also, add child entity, can also select division. So here also it will show division. If you have child division, it shows subdivision. Otherwise, it shows department. I have cost centers at company level. So you go add child entity, search for your cost center here. Cost center is also associated. Somewhere you should have that. Yeah. Okay. I will save it. Okay, this is saved. Now it shows up only company ID. Now if I go to company structure overview, go back. Here in the drop down, it will show me 8800. Okay, what is that? I have legal entity. Go select 8800. You see, it is showing only the code. Where is the name? It is showing only code. Where is the name? This is level 1. This is level 2. This is showing as icon. Okay. Business units. It is not showing head of the business unit. It is not showing division name. It is not showing department name. Right? So I want to add the names of each of these objects also. So I go to configure. Again, I already have that object 8800 company structure. For company, edit layout. Visible fields only have legal entity ID. I want to add legal entity name as well. Okay, and this one I want to have it in bold. Apply. Now it shows legal entity name and legal entity ID. Now I only have business unit code. So edit layout, add field, business unit name, this in bold, visible user fields. Okay, so for business unit, we have head of the unit. So I want to show that. You see, it is showing the head of the unit here. Cost center also, it is showing only code. I want to have one more field, which is cost center name. Okay, this one in bold. Division also, it is showing only code. Add name. This one in bold. And department, edit layout. One more field, department name. This one in bold. Any other fields can be added. Now I want to see the country of this company also. Add one more field, show country. Apply. Okay. Now save this. Okay, just say proceed. Now you go back to company structure overview. 8800. All of those objects what we have selected here. Okay. I can look at any other company also, not only my company. I can use this structure to show any company. Now you see, it is showing company ID, company name, and country of the company. We have added 3 fields: business unit ID, business unit name. Okay. It shows up everything here. I can also search for any other company. 9900. Let me see here. Samsung Industries. Okay. Legal entity, Samsung Electrical, Samsung Electronics. These 2 people are heading these divisions and departments. Okay. This has got these many departments.
Mm.
Okay. I can look at any other company structures.
Okay.
Okay. Structure is what we have defined, but to look at any company structure, I can go and search for that company. Okay. So we'll stop it here for today.
Hmm.
I want you to create all of these objects: company, business unit, division, department, cost center, and the company structure for tomorrow. That's your homework.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Vinu.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
The thing is going so fast. Who doesn't have much experience, doesn't have any experience on
See,
SAP.
why I have. Oh, okay. So that's fine. If you feel that it is fast, we'll go a bit slow, because all of these objects, see, company, how we have created company, we have created in the similar way business unit or a division or a department. So all of them are MDF or the generic objects which we have created in managed data, right? Now you try to create this in system for tomorrow. If you have any issues, I'll now wherever I feel that it would be fast, I'll go a bit slow.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. Suggestion taken. Thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks, Vinu. Vinu,
you.
just one doubt, Vinu.
Hmm.
One question maybe. Can these consultants work remotely to different countries?
Yes, we can. Consultants can work remotely.
Okay, like maybe like I'm in Melbourne, so can I work to any Indian companies? Can I
Yes.
apply that way?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay, thanks, Vinu. Thank
So
you.
I was working for a project which was in US. Okay.
Mm,
All of the projects that I have worked till now, I'm in India, but I've worked for Australian customer, I have worked for UK customer, I have worked for US without going there.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay, that's nice. Thanks, Vinu.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, can you by chance, assist us or help us to get into any consultant roles?
Sure, definitely. If I come across any openings, I'll definitely let you know.
Thank you so much, Vinu. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a fresher kind of job, yeah. Everyone are asking for at least 1 or 2 implementation phases.
Yes.
So
They will
yeah,
ask
even
for experience. Nobody wants to have now the systems handled by a fresher,
fresher,
right?
yes. Yes,
Yeah.
correct. So I had one interview with HCL, so they literally asked some tables and some transactions which I was not able to answer. So just thought of checking with you, can we actually get through those kind of interview questions as well at last? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, good. Thanks, Vinu.